College is an exciting time where you are learning new things and meeting new people. You are forming new friendships and relationships while also maintaining relationships with those back home. These support systems of community and relationships are essential to have a positive and balanced college experience. However, sometimes relationships can be hard, and it's important to think about the ways that you connect and have fun with people while also taking care of yourself. Boundaries are a good way to balance taking care of yourself while connecting with others and are important for the health of your relationships. Unfortunately, this is something that we are not accustomed to because we have been taught that saying no or setting limits or declining a request is impolite or even mean. We worry that we will jeopardize our relationships or that we will not be liked, or if we don't focus on making people happy around us, or at least try to make them happy. So more specifically, how do we enact boundaries? I'll start with a quote from my favorite author. Dr. Brené Brown says, "Daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves, even when we risk disappointing others." What does this mean? We have to account for our well-being while in relationships with others, and boundaries are a way that lets us know what's appropriate in our relationships. What is behavior that keeps both parties safe, comfortable, honest, and it is essential for self-care and positive relationships. Boundaries differ from person to person and are influenced by differences in culture, personality, and social context. For example, boundaries at chapel or class look a lot different than boundaries at home with your family or enjoying lunch with friends. Setting boundaries defines our expectations of ourselves and others in different kinds of relationships, a type of personal limit. Think of your personal space. What are you comfortable with? What are you not comfortable with? Remember, personal space also varies person to person, the type of relationship involved, and the social context. I want to highlight that setting boundaries requires self-awareness. We need to be clear about our expectations of ourselves and others and what we are not comfortable doing in situations. Being able to do this requires good communication skills that convey assertiveness and clarity. Assertiveness involves expressing your feelings openly and respectfully. It does not mean demands, but requires that people listen to you. Setting boundaries requires you assert your needs and priorities as a form of self-care. A few tips. Be clear and straightforward about your boundaries. Convey in a calm voice. State your need or request directly in terms of what you'd like rather than what you don't like or you don't want. Accept any discomfort that arises as a result, whether it be guilt, shame, or remorse. This sometimes happens for people who have overlooked or disregarded their boundaries. You may know them as people pleasers. Examples of healthy boundaries can be saying no to the things you do not want to do. This doesn't mean going up to your professor and saying, "I don't want to do this assignment," but more so if someone asks you to do something that you don't want to do or go somewhere where you don't want to go, being able to say no. Express your feelings responsibly and honestly. Advocate for your needs in the moment. Addressing problems or concerns directly with the person involved rather than a third person or a third party. And finally, make your expectations clear rather than assuming people will figure them out. We do not have the gift of being mind readers. Practicing setting boundaries can be hard and unfamiliar at first, but with practice, it gets easier, and you will find that when everyone is on the same page, friendships and relationships are a lot more fun and meaningful. Remember, daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves, even when we risk disappointing others.